Am I wrong? Because I still want the Texans to get a new head coach. Just saying. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we gonna talk some football. Houston Texas football. Today we about to break down and recap the very impressive win that the Houston Texans had offensively versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Texans completely dominated, especially in the second half. Just the offense played about as well as we've seen this offense play. Period. And to be honest, what more did you expect? Because just thinking about it, just as the game is going on, before the game even was over, just as the game was playing, I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, how could we expect anything less from Deshaun being from Georgia? Used to work with the Falcons as a ball boy growing up as a teenager. Not only that, and then also because it's breast cancer awareness month, and his mom walks the team out there as the home field advantage captain, and because with the battle that she suffered with if I'm not mistaken, I think it was throat or tongue cancer, one of those type. I know it wasn't breast cancer, but I know it was cancer, and also just my condolences to anybody out there suffering from cancer. If you know somebody, I mean, we've all had family members and friends and loved ones. Somebody's in our life that's been touched by not only breast cancer but some form of cancer. So shout out and prayers to all the families out there dealing with things of that nature, and also the survivors and the people who lost loved ones. Just want to send that out there because I know that affects everyone. But just because his mother's going to be there and the home field advantage captain, they honor his mom, and him being from Atlanta or being from Georgia. You had to know that Deshaun was going to show his ass today. You had to know. I'm like, man, what were we thinking? You had to know that at any game, this was going to be the game. That Deshaun was going to ball. He going to show his complete ass. Those are the type of moments that he lives and thrives for. The primetime games, like the Monday night game and the Sunday night games. This type of game right here. These are the type of games that he thrives for. That he comes out there completely and shows his ass, and he was on a whole another level. Let's break it down. The Houston Texans defeat the Atlanta Falcons 53-32, but that doesn't even tell half the story. I mean, Deshaun was 28 out of 33 for 84%, 84.8%, 426 yards, averaging 12.9 yards per attempt, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, no sacks, and had a perfect quarterback rating of 105 or 158.3 for a perfect QB rating. Carlos Hyde got you 60 yards on the ground, even though it was for 21 carries, so it wasn't like he didn't have a good average. But his 60 yards was some hard 60 yards. Like, he was fighting to get some of those yards. Like, some of those yards were some hard-ass yards. And then Duke, 9 carries for 59 yards. And I'm like, I didn't realize Duke had damn near 60 yards rushing, basically 60 yards. I did not know. Because it just didn't look. He had 60 yards rushing. I mean, you look at it like, damn, he had 60 yards rushing. Hey. Like, it was one of them sneaky 60 yards. And also forgot to mention Carlos Hyde had a touchdown in the game as well. Then you have Will Fuller, who had a monster game. Was targeted 16 times, caught 14 of them. I know one was a low one, and then one I think was one was a low drop that he had. It was real low, and it was a drop in another one. He was just throwing into his direction. But really, for the most part, he caught everything that Deshaun was throwing to him. A career high in catches for 14 catches. Career high in yards, 217 yards, averaging 15.5 yards reception. And a career high with 3 touchdowns, tying Andre Johnson. He tied Andre Johnson twice with the most catches in the game with 14, and tied Andre Johnson with the most touchdowns in the game, which is 3. The only time Andre did that was the Sunday night game against the Colts with Case Keenum back in 2013. Hop, 8 catches. Targeted 8 times, 7 catches for 88 yards. He was having a quiet day early on, but it was mostly because he was basically letting Will Fuller eat because he was taking all the coverage. And then once Will Fuller starts eating, some of that coverage starts sliding over a little bit, and Hop is able to do his little thing like a quiet assassin, quickly get you 88 yards like that. Kiki targeted 4 times, 3 catches for 73 yards at that big 50-yard reception, catch and run. Akins got you one reception for 21 yards. Fails 2 catches, 20 yards, 2 touchdowns. Especially that last one. That was just how he looked like he was playing keep away with him. Just a monster of a day. And then dude got you a catch for 8 yards. This offense, especially in the second half, was virtually unstoppable. And that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. This offense, now I'm not expecting you to put up 43, I'm not expecting you to put up 40 some points every game, 53 some points every game. I'm not expecting you to get 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. I'm not expecting you to do this every game. But the way this offense moved the ball, they had the ball 10 times. They scored on 8 possessions. They scored on 8 possessions. One was the first. They had 3 down in the first drive of the game, and then the drive before halftime when they was when they got the ball right before halftime with only a couple seconds left, and like that counts as a drive as well. Other than that, this offense they scored on every possession via touchdowns or field goals. So say that this offense should be in that type of field every single game. It should be a threat to score damn near every time they touch the field because it's too many weapons. Deshaun has too many weapons at his disposal. If you shut down, you double hop, you shut down hop, I got Will Fuller all over you. Will Fuller's going to start dictating the coverage, then Hop going to eat once again. I can dump it to Kiki in the slot. I got my tight ends I can get involved in the red zone. I got big bodies and tight ends. I got Duke I can throw to Duke and catch and run. I can hand the ball off to Duke and Carl side. Collectively, they give you 120 yards rushing. That's fine. They give you 120 yards rushing. This offense has too much talent, and we're not even having steals. We don't have steals. We don't even have steals today. This offense has way too much talent not to be looking similar to this damn near every game. And don't get me, it's not the video game. You can't put up all them yards and numbers every game. The Chiefs do it. The Patriots do it. The Rams do it. Like these other teams are putting up these type of numbers consistently year in and year out. And Deshaun is better than all those quarterbacks. I'm not gonna put him over Pat, and of course Tom Brady is Tom Brady, but he's on that same playing field. He can eat the table with them, and he's better than Goff. Like, come on now. I think he's better than Carson Wentz. Like, he's better than those guys, and he can eat the table. And I like Carson Wentz a lot. He can eat the table with Pat and Tom Brady. We have our weapons are second to none. There's no reason why offensively we should be struggling. We should be playing similar to this all the time. And the most important thing today, that Deshaun had time all day long. All day Deshaun had time. This is the offensive line that we need. You got Tunsil, you got Sharpton, you got Martin, you got Fulton, and then Titus Howard. Now, this is the same offensive line that we had against the Chargers. Once again, was probably up until today was the best performance our offensive line has had. Now, I know last week was pretty much the same offensive line, except we had to put Maddox in because Fulton didn't suit, if I'm not mistaken, because either his ankle or illness or something something was wrong medically. It wasn't like Bill O'Brien was changing the offensive line or nothing like that. It was like that's one of the cases that wasn't his fault that injuries happen, so you have to do some switch. But this seems like this is the offensive line going forward. And I think we can continue to build off this offensive line, let them get more cohesion, get them more comfortable with each other. Deshaun's more comfortable with them. He feels like he can have a brick wall in front of him, and now he's able to hit his targets. He's feeling comfortable. He can do what he do, and he damn sure did what he did. The defense, for the most part, the defense played well. The defense played well for the most part towards the end of the game. You know, it comes into a shootout, so then the offense is doing some things. DeAndre Carter muffs the punt, and I knew this was gonna happen. I like DeAndre Carter a lot. I actually like I was happy that we re-signed DeAndre Carter. I like Carter, but a couple times last year on some kickoff returns and some punt returns, he fumbled. I know once he got the ball back, twice the ball went out of bounds. You know, he might have got the ball back twice. Like, he fumbled and then picked it back up and kept running. And a couple times the ball went out of bounds. I'm like, that one day that's gonna bite us in the ass. Like, one day he's gonna fumble a key punt and the key. He's gonna fumble. We're not gonna get it back because last year, like I said, he did like three, four, maybe even 5 times last year. I'm not exactly on the number. I know he did it more than once. No, I know he did at least 2 to 3 times. And the Texans were fortunate enough to get the ball back or the ball go out of bounds. So it didn't matter. So in saying that, and saying that since that happened, the tech I knew that this was going to happen. Luckily, it happened in a game that we were dominating offensively, that we were being effective offensively, and it didn't happen at a crucial moment, like a crucial punt return in a close-ass game. And who knows, it could happen eventually, but I think more so. I think that this can be more corrected now because you can correct because it did turn to a turnover. When you win a game and you fumble, and it goes out of bounds, and you win the game, like you recovered it. We might say something, but we got the ball back and we still won the game. If it happens in a loss, you're gonna bitch about it. It happened even though it happened in a win, but it was a turnover, the first turnover of the game. For the longest, it was the only turnover of the games. You're gonna bitch about it. And if we would have lost the game, you're damn sure bitch about it. So I think that's something that probably should and more likely will get correct going forward. But I just kind of I had a feeling that was going to happen eventually one day. Like I said, the defense, Jonathan Joseph, man. Jonathan Joseph. Like, y'all know how I feel, Sauce. Y'all know how I feel. Like I said, the people in the Sauce, y'all know how I feel. If y'all watch my videos a lot, y'all know how I feel. I've been saying this for the longest that DBs is our biggest issue. And in a tighter game, this is a problem. Jonathan Joseph just basically quit on the right. He thought he pushed him out of bounds. He just stopped. Why? Just why? I want to know why. You can't give me a legitimate, real explanation. Because even if he does go out of bounds and Matt Ryan throws the ball to him still, you could have put yourself in a position to get a pick. Why aren't you putting yourself in a position to get a pick? I just want to know. Just tell me. J. Joe, hit me up. Somebody tag J. Joe. Hey, J. Joe, hit me up. I just want to know. Why, even if he did step out, why when you trying to put yourself in a position to make a play on the ball? I just want to know. 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 Why you weren't put in the position? Why you didn't put yourself in the position? Why you like, oh, he out of bounds, I'm going to stop. Not only that, what about if another guy comes running across this way that didn't step out of bounds? Why aren't you not playing? Like, what are you doing? Like, it wasn't like he was pitching something like he was pitching really off to somebody else and he was stepping up to cover somebody else. Like, okay, Ridley's going this way. I got to cover this assignment right here. You just stop. Just game over. Like, really, what are you doing? I don't even care if you were 50 to nothing. Why are you quitting? That makes no. I just need an explanation. That's it. I just really need an explanation. Roby played this today because Julio didn't do anything today. I mean, Julio was targeted 7 times, only got 3 receptions for 42 yards, and that was all in the first half. I know he had on their first scoring drive, he had a big play. And that he was kept completely quiet. Both him and Hop were kept quiet for the most part of the day, but then Hop started to get it going once the Will Fuller coverage once Will Fuller started dominating the coverage dictate over. He started making plays, and I'm like, they shut down Julio. And I know I said this I think on my last video that we have DBs that don't make no plays on no balls. Like we can tackle, we tackling. But we ain't out there making no pass, pass deflections or nothing. Roby had one nice one on the first drive of the game. I think it was on Julio. He had a nice bat down. So I'm gonna give him credit. Gibson got the pick 6 later on to make the icing on the cake to continue the streak. I think this is 17 games now with a forced turnover, and it has to turn to a pick 6. So I appreciate that. I mean, that's good effort. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Good effort. He picked it off. He could just lay down in the game, but he's like, no, I'm gonna give me a pick 6. That's another reason, JJ. You one pick away because I think you and Kareem are tied for the franchise record for the most picks in the franchise. Why aren't you trying to break the record? Maybe I'm just saying. I mean, you be the all-time leading interceptor for the Texans. I mean, you still got the rest of the season to get it, but I mean, I just want to know. I just really want to know. And good job, JJ, by finally getting that sack after you missed some sacks earlier this game, and also had some roughing the passes, and then he got the sack right after getting another roughing the passes. So, good job, my boy Merciless. He didn't get another game with sacks, so his streak of sacks this year has ended. Like he got 4 in every game and a strip sack in every. He caused a turnover in every game by getting a pick in the first game and 3 games with 3 strip sacks. Did get a strip sack, but it's all good. Reader out there pushing out the pocket like the front 7 did his job. No one seeing how the Titans got 5 sacks on Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan he's not a mobile quarterback. He's a guy who, if he's in the pocket, he's going to stay in the pocket. He's not a guy who's going to move around. I always thought that this pass rush, just like how they got 5 sacks on Phillip Rivers, would have more crucial sacks, especially being the type of game it was when it was definitely throw the ball up downfield because the Texans had a lead and had a big lead early on to the game. You would think they would have got a little bit more pressure, and they got pressure. But Matt Ryan was able to get the ball out in some situations. But the Texans, for overall, was a good win. It was a good win. But like I said, I still feel how I feel. I'm not going to just change my opinion off of one game. Because I really think this game was really won on the dominance of Deshaun and Will Fuller. Like, to be honest with you, I think that just this being the situation of Deshaun playing against the Falcons, used to work for the Falcons, his mom being basically honored and being, showing the city showing her love and stuff like that, coming from a single parent, especially a single parent, a single mom. And if you raised by your single mom and your job or basically the city that you work in is basically like honoring your mom, you gonna feel good. You definitely want to show out. You just want to show up and show out for her. So that's really where this comes from. And I mean, because Bill O'Brien made some dumb decisions in this game. Like, one thing I was trying to figure out, why did they pick up in the first one? Did they pick up their holding call, or did Bill O'Brien deny it? Because I think he declined it. And if he declined it, he declined off a down distance. And the Falcons ended up scoring a touchdown, taking the lead 17-16. But I mean, unless they picked it up, that's not on Bill O'Brien, obviously. But if he denied it, like if he declined the penalty for the down and distance, because I think it was made it 1st and 10, and then just being he kept it to be 2nd and 10. What's the damn difference? If it was 3rd and 10, okay, cool. Like if I could maybe see the difference between 2nd and 20 and 3rd and 10, and you be like, okay, hey, 3rd and 10, I trust my defense to get one more stop, and they could just kick a field goal. We definitely go up we go up at halftime 13. We go up at halftime 16-13, but I could kind of see that. And even still then, I'm not really with all that. But that just don't make no sense. Then you get the ball back, like, with a couple seconds left, like 30-some seconds left. You got all 3 of your timeouts, and now you want to use your timeouts. Like against the Chargers, against the Jacksonville, you didn't want to use your timeouts. Now you want to use your timeouts? And then the play selection, what you was doing didn't make no sense. Like, okay, you're going to use your timeouts, so you be trying to at least get into field goal range to go up 19-17. Like, he was acting like shit. It was 5 minutes left in the half. What are you doing? Either try to get yourself in the field goal range, take a knee, and let's go to halftime. Because if something would have happened harmful, pick 6, fumble 6, somebody gets hurt, you'd be sitting there looking like a dumbass. So that just didn't make no sense. And remember, he did the same thing to both Arian Foster in the blowout game against Miami. The blowout game against Miami, that's how Arian Foster tore his Achilles. And also he did the same thing versus the last time he played the Falcons in Atlanta. That blowout too with Cecil Shorts. That's how Cecil Shorts got hurt, because it was end of a game and you still out there trying to run there was no way for you to come back in this game, and you had to run like it's a close game. Hey, lick your wounds, cut your losses. Let's get out here healthy. When you start getting a blowout, especially you the one that's being blown out, let's try to get out this. Let's try to get out this bitch healthy. That's what you need to try to do. in this situation, it's not that much time before halftime. Let's try to get out here healthy. Let's try to get out here healthy, and we got the whole second half. We get the ball back in second half. We do what we do. Because that right there didn't even help you. Only thing I guess it helped, it gave Deshaun and Kiki some more yards. But other than that, you really didn't do anything. Then on the Matt Ryan touchdown, there was a fumble. There was a fumble recovery, almost a fumble recovery. He pulls out the challenge flag. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that one. Which one was it? No, it was the that wasn't the one. It was the Jonathan. It was the Jonathan Joseph. It was the Jonathan Joseph when he stepped out of bounds. He pulls out the challenge flag. All touchdowns and turnovers are reviewed. Why do you even have your hand on the challenge flag? Like, he does not need. That was my issue with him last week. He do not need to have his hand nowhere near that. Somebody else, I don't know, somebody else, Tim Kelly, somebody grab the challenge flag from Bill O'Brien before the game starts, and don't let him touch it, because he be challenging. He don't challenge when he need to, and then we not supposed to. He throw it out there. He just throw it out there when it don't need to be challenged. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that's a penalty if you try to challenge something that's already. Because I know it used to be, if you try to challenge something that's already in fluctuation of being challenged, that they just negate everything altogether, and they not going the play cannot be challenged. But they changed their rule, and I think now it either costs you a timeout or it might be a penalty or something of that nature. So just stop it. Just not understanding situations. You're a head coach. You've been coaching for 6 years in the NFL as a head coach. Not understanding the situations in front of you. That makes no sense. And that's what I'm saying about Bill O'Brien, and that's why I want to get somebody saying he constantly puts Deshaun in bad positions. Deshaun and the offense played great today. Will Fuller and Deshaun played beautiful today. They played a masterpiece of a game today. And can't take nothing away from that. The offense looked damn good. Offensive line looked good. Have no complaints with none of that. Have no complaints with the offense. None whatsoever. Like, you can't have no complaints with the offense today. Will Fuller single-handedly won my fantasy football game today. No complaints. Now it's gonna be a battle between Deshaun and Will Fuller, who gonna win AFC Player of the Week. Kind of really hope Will Fuller gets it. Even though Deshaun should have got it a couple times last year, so either way, I mean, I wouldn't mind Deshaun to get another one, but let Will Fuller get some love, because I think Deshaun got way more opportunity to get something because he is the quarterback pulling the trigger. But Deshaun probably more likely would get it because he got 5 and a perfect QB rating and over 400 yards. So more likely he would get it. But man, give Will Fuller some love, man. Give my boy Will Fuller some love, man. I mean, everybody be talking shit about my boy Will Fuller. He dropped passes, this, that, and other. Man, give my boy Will Fuller. I need to give me another 15 jersey. That's the next jersey I'm copying. Give me a Battle Red Will Fuller jersey. That's the next Texans jersey I'm copying. Give me a Battle Red Will Fuller. I ain't got no Battle Red. I got blue. Got deep steel blue. I got Liberty white. I got Color Rush. I need to give me a Will Fuller Battle Red. That's gonna be the next jersey I'm copying. But oh no, just great game offensively. Before I go, because I'm talking about some old niggas, Kami Fairbairn. Listen, Linda, listen. If you continue to continuously miss these damn extra points, you missed one last week. You should have missed one against the Saints, but they got called back off of roughing the kicker. You missed 2 today. Just want to throw that out there. Wise been talking about for the longest that Fairbairn's trash, and I try to even stick up for you, Fairbairn, because you was special teams player of the month last year in December. You were perfect from inside the 50 last year. The only kicker that did that thing was I forgot which was I was cutting for you. I could let you make a pass on some field goals. You miss the extra points. They ain't cutting it, bro. I can't defend that one, bro. You can't be missing no extra points, man. You can't be missing that. You can't be doing that. The Jags, I know the Titans lost to the Bills, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Jags lost 2, and the Colts, they played the Chiefs. Let me see. Yes, the Jags did lose to the Panthers, 34-27. Titans lost 14-7. And tonight, Kansas City plays the Chiefs, so hopefully the Texans, the only team with 3 wins in the South. But that just harks back to what I said in my last video, that the Texans could fall victim to Deshaun's success. And end up making the playoffs, end up keeping Bill O'Brien. So it kind of basically said just hard. That's what I said before. But all in all, good offensive game today, and no complaints with the offense, even from the game plan standpoint. No complaints today. The offense played as well as they could possibly play, and I expect efforts like that similar to this all the time. Not the same amount of yards and points. I'm not doing video games. I'm not oh, we supposed to be scoring 45 points and Deshaun 500 yards. No, that I know you can't continuously do that every single game. But the way the offense moved the ball, the way it was flowing, that's something that should be done every single game. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I holla.